Hi and welcome to this LearnCocos2D tutorial video. I'm Steffen Itterheim, the author of the LearnCocos2D game development book, and today I'd like to show you how to create an ARC-enabled Cocos2D project. So first question, what is ARC? What does ARC stand for? If you take a look on the web and try to find out, you'll come across like American Red Cross, AIDS-related complex, Amateur Radio Club, Anti-Reflective Coding, Association for Retarded Citizens, Advanced Research Center, Advanced Recon Commando, Advocacy for Respect for Cyclists. So bunch of things that are named ARC, but what you really want to know is automatic reference counting. And I wrote an earlier article about this. You find it on my blog. Everything you need to know about automatic reference counting. In short, ARC is or will make your life easier. It will make your code run faster. You'll have to write less code. Your code will have fewer bugs, particularly fewer memory leaks and fewer memory management related crashes. And well, overall, you can start working with Objective-C just like you work with garbage collected languages like Java or C#. So basically memory management is not a primary concern anymore. It's secondary. It's not something you have to deal with every day, with every line of code you write. So how to enable ARC in a Cocos2D project? I mean, the easiest solution is to use Cocos2D because it's Cocos2D iPhone based and it has all projects enabled with ARC by default, and you get a lot of extra stuff as well. So you can just skip it, download Cocos2D and be done with it. Or you download Cocos2D from the website, and you can also follow my blog post about enabling, and this is basically the video version of this blog post. It's rather lengthy, and I think as a video it will be easier to digest. So let's check this out. I have already downloaded Cocos2D iPhone 2.0. Double click to extract and you'll have the Cocos2D iPhone 2.0 folder here. And what you want to do is you want to run the install templates project script. So let's open a terminal window and you type in dot. Don't forget the dot is important. Now comes the path to your extracted Cocos2D folder. In my case it's in downloads, Cocos2D iPhone, that's the correct one. You can press tab to autocomplete, that's very helpful. Install templates, sh, and add the option -f. This forces Cocos2D or the installer to override any existing templates should you have already installed them previously. You don't need any other options, no sudo, no -u anymore. You just run it and you're done. Okay, so it should have installed all the templates, and now you can go to Xcode, open Xcode, and create a new project. This is also available via File, New Project. And now you have this Cocos2D 2.x folder. You can also create Mac versions. And let's pick Chipmunk this time. In my tutorial I used Box2D. Give it a name. Let's see, Cocos2D with ARC and Chipmunk. Not very creative, I know. And save it anywhere. Click Create. And wait a second. So here you are. You might want to build this right away just to make sure it's actually working. And well, your very first step is to delete the libs group here, and make sure you remove references. Don't trash these files, you will need them later. So that's done, and now we need to add a target here. Click on the, if you aren't here, click on the project and you'll find the add target button down here, and add another target. Go to frameworks and library and choose the Coco Touch static library. If you build a Mac app, use the Coco library instead. Basically the same thing. So name Cocos2D library is okay. Make sure you don't add unit tests, and definitely make sure not to use automatic reference counting for the Cocos2D library. The whole point of creating this library is to build the Cocos2D code without Arc, because it's not Arc code, it's only compatible with Arc, but it's not written with Arc in mind. So that's why we need to extract this into a static library. Now that we have the static library, go to the build settings. They should already be open, and type in search to filter for anything that has search in it. And you want the always search user path option enabled. Set it to yes, and click on the user header search path and add a dot slash star star, or asterisk if you prefer, and it should look like this, dot slash star star. That's all you need to do. Now go back to the original project target and select the build phases tab, open the link binary with libraries section here and click plus and add the LibCocos2D library. So it's red, that's okay. It may always stay red, that's also okay. Don't worry about this. So one final step that you need to do is to add the libs folder back in, and just right click, add files, and browse to your project. There should be, don't use the Cocos2D library, that's not the folder you want. You want the libs folder here. Make sure copy items is not checked, and make sure only the Cocos2D library target is checked down here. And then click add, and it will re-add the libs folder here. And now you can build and run just to make sure it's working. So perfect, worked fine. So we have the Cocos2D code now built with into a static library, and your regular code is still not Arc enabled. That's the thing we are going to do now. Go to edit in Xcode, refactor, convert to Objective-C Arc, and a window pops up. In this window, click or select only the Cocos2D project. Don't select the Cocos2D library project, and click check. This will build your project and come up with some explanations, and will generate a preview. At this point you may experience Arc readiness issues. This happens if you already added some code to a project, or if you try to do this in a existing project with additional code. In that case you will have to follow the compiler's guidelines, and also Google to find out how to fix certain Arc readiness issues, and essentially change your code to be Arc compliant. This has to be done on a case-by-case basis. So it's best done to start a new project with Arc enabled. It'll be more difficult to enable Arc in an existing project the more code you have already added to it. Xcode will give you the option to review the changes. You don't need to do anything here, but it may be interesting to see what kind of changes Arc does. For example, it replaces the NS auto-release pool with the add auto-release pool. It also removes super dealloc calls in all dealloc methods, and it may also add some cryptic unsafe unretained here and there. All of that should be okay. Just click save. And if you are asked to enable snapshots, I leave this up to you. Personally, I disable them because I use source code, and if you enable this, certain operations in Xcode will be a lot slower. In particular, refactoring will be a lot slower if you enable snapshots. So I always personally disable them. Okay, so now that we have successfully converted the project, build it, run it, and let's see. It's now Arc enabled code and should be running fine. Here we go. Cocos2D Chipmunk project with Arc enabled. Ta-da. now go ahead and write some cool projects. Also, there's a new Cocos2D library group here, and if you add a new static library, there's always those empty dummy files. You might want to delete those as well. Doesn't hurt if they stay in, but better they are gone. And there's also the prefix file. You can delete this, but personally I would leave it in, because it can reduce the compile time of the static library by, according to my measurements, 25%. With the prefix header it takes 9 seconds. Without it, it takes 12 seconds on my computer. So just leave this in, and that's it. You're done. Have a great time and fun coding with Arc. See you next time.